Hi guys, welcome to the flight today. As we're with the United Parcel Service UPS with the Felis 747-200. As we're going to be doing a flight from Phoenix down into Aspen, so we'll try out Aspen and see how the 747 fares today. As we come in for the localizer approach for runway 15, and we're going to be departing at runway 26. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Leave your comments down below, helps get to that 2K subscriber goal. And now we can get inside the cockpit and get the aircraft all ready for our pre-flight procedures. So as we're in the 747-200 now, we can go ahead and get the aircraft all ready and set to go. So can put the battery, which is on and guarding. We can see the battery, we can see the APU, which is set. We can turn over the ground power, which is on and checked. 1 and 2 lights have closed on the relays. Confirm the split breaker circuit is open as well, which is checked. We can check the APU on the DC, which has also been set and checked. So I'm going to start to open up the APU. APU bleed is off. We can get the SWIB test, which is going to be quick. So we'll try and get a quick departure out today. Zone 1 reset can go on, which will be set and checked. We can now open up the APU, which will get set, and the EGT will start to increase. Master trim air can be now switched on as we get everything all set, and then once the bleed comes on, etc., we'll be all ready to go. From there, APU all quantity is 2.5 quarts. We've got more, which is already good, which is checked. From there, we've got the isolation 1-3 valve, which we can do the test for once the APU comes over. So as the APU now starts to come down, we can switch everything over. So now we're on the APU. We can get the gasper on, we get the packs on as well, which will be checked. We check 1, 2 and 3 for the ACMs, which are already set. So if we're done for number 2, you can see that's off. So we've got number 2 on, 1 and 3, which can be closed. APU bleed air can go on now, and we can do the isolation test. So 1, 2, 1, 2, which is already checked. Do the outflow test as well. So put that to manual. Close the left, close the right, left, right, and we're all checked to go. Hydraulic quantity test, which we can check and is in the green band. We can get the first one on, which is checked. We can get the cargo heat, which will be on and checked. We can test the flaps, which is also set. Equipment cooling is normal with the valve closed, which is also set and checked. Number 4 is on, and the ASUS Sec 1 is closed, and lights off for the primary Sec 4. Jensen panel is all closed and set, and we can go in and get the IRSs all aligned now. So we'll go to IRS 1, 2, 3, we can get the radio master bus on. Window heats can also go on as well. Lights will go out, we can get our panel lights all on now, which will be all good for us to leave out Phoenix using the lovely 747-200 today on our journeys, as I thought we'd try Aspen out in this big lovely aircraft. So let's get the radio panel in, go down into the IRS and go and get our position, which will get set in. So if we go to INS North 33255, so I'm going to put remote on, so hopefully it does it in all 3. So we've got North 33255. Oops. And we've got West 112010. Okay, which is insert. We'll see if it's over on both sides. So we'll just have to put them in on both. So 33, we've got an arrival, and we've got the RNAV departure. Even though the aircraft can't do RNAV, we're going to put the coordinates into the INS so we can fly it out. So for waypoint 1, we've got North 33265. And it's going to give us West 112042. Waypoint number 2 is going to be North 33267. And we've got West 112118. Waypoint number 3 is going to be North 33318. And we've got West 112118. Waypoint number 4 is going to be North 33369. And we've got West 112103. Waypoint number 5 is going to be North 33450. And we've got West 112000. Okay, which is in waypoint number 6 is going to be for Marble, which is north 34001. And we've got west 111360. Off waypoint number 7 we've got north 34375. And west 111072. Waypoint number 8 for Yopra is going to be north 35394. And we've got west 110261. Okay, which is all in and set for us. So we've got that in, and then as we move through, we've then got from number 8 to number 9. We can put number 9, which is going to be Durango, which is going to be north 37092. And we've got west 107450. Okay, which is all in. So that is the departure, which is going to be right here for us, leaving out of Phoenix. So we're going to depart out of runway 26. We'll be arriving through, we've got to Wilver, and then once we get down to Wilver, we've then got Hervu, which is going to be on for the third waypoint, as we've got Oscar and Jorvok. So we're going to take Hoover, and then we're going to take that right hand turn to Zedong, max 230 5000 above. We'll be going faster than that, so we'll just get an unrestricted speed. Then we'll turn right, which is going to then let us down from Zillab to Marble, where we then cut through to Yotes. And then from Yotes, that's going to take us to Yorpa, which is going to be in for us today. So, for lines, we can go in and get them all set. From there now, we'll carry on the rest of our checklist, so we can get our takeoff speed bugs. So we'll go to the performance, we hit the load sheet. We've got a rotate of 147, a V2 of 159, plus 10, that'll be a 169. We can get the flight directors on, which are checked. Leaving out for our flight level today. Now we're going to be going for flight level 390. We'll take 37, which will be set. After that, MCP bugs we've got set, V2 plus 10, MCP heading, leaving out runway 26. We are going to be using on the departure 258. 258, which is also set and checked. Navigation mode is in heading. MCP initial altitude, we need to be 5,000 above. I'm going to put 37,000. We go straight up climb. Navs and VORs, which we can have a look, see what we've got as we come out. As an I never doubt there's going to be any VORs for us coming out, which there isn't as we leave out. We've got the Phoenix, so I'm not going to bother with any VORs on this one. Seatbelt signs can both go on, which are checked. Body steering can be armed, and we've got the anti-skid, which is on. Also brakes are off, which are also checked. Thrust we can do for the warning, which is checked. Pumps all on. As we get the standby power on, we can also get the lighting on. Okay, we can test the lights, which are all test and nice. We can get all of our boost pumps on, as we've automatically got 140 APU. There we get all of our pumps off. We've got nothing in the centre, so we can live off of that, which is fine. 1 and 4 cross sleeves are open, which are checked. 2 and 3 are off. Bleed valves are all on, lights out, which are checked. Get the recircs on now, which will be also set. Galley powers off and checked. Beacon light and nav can go on now, so we've got the beacon logo can go on, which is checked. Start valves can go on.
Ready to start the engine.
And we can get ready to call for
ready for
the
engine
tug.
start.
So that is us now ready to depart. Just did a quick check on our ground speed.
Pull up. Glide slope. Glide slope.
Okay, we can see there. Lights out. There's our minimums, which is also set and checked for us, and we are all ready to go. So as we take it out, we can put Phoenix in if we want, which is the 1156. I'm not going to be doing nothing with it, but we will have it on for the DME, as we can see, in the RMI, which is practically going to be behind us when we leave. So what we can do now, guys, is we can call the tug and get ready to go. Okay, so tug is now, we'll do our before start checklist.
Battery on. APU panel check.
Checked.
Auxiliary power check. Engine oil quantity check.
Cockpit to ground. Disconnect ground power.
Fuel quantity 59311 kilograms. Fuel panel check and set.
Ground power disconnected.
Pressurization controls check and set. Bleed controls
Checked.
check and set. Hydraulic quantity
Checked.
check. EPR
Green bed.
computer.
EPR.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to
Circuit
connect.
breakers check. Indicator lights check. Electrical panel check and set. Air conditioning controls check and set. Fire control and wing overheat panels check and set. Equipment cooling
Checked.
check. Wait. Passenger oxygen check. Hydraulic panel
Set.
check and set. Fuel jettison panel
Close.
check. Crew oxygen on. Oxygen mask and regulator check and emergency off. ADPs off. Checklist completed.
Okay, so we are now ready to go. Pretty
So
much.
connected and bypass pin inserted. Release
Cockpit to
parking
ground.
brake.
Remove the chocks.
So, as we are now ready, we get the checklist away. Can now remove
Parking
the
brake
parking brake.
released.
Starting
Chocks
pushback,
removed.
and you may start engines.
Okay, so as we go now for engine start, we can now go
Starting
for
engine
engine number one.
Starter valve open.
Start valve, which is open. We can see now N2 is increasing. All pressure and temps will come to life, and then 20% will hear the flight engineer shout. 20%, and then we'll get the fuel already in and set to go. So there's 16. As we're ready to go. Number one,
20% and 2.
fuel is in.
Fuel on.
And we see
Light
EGT now
up.
starting to increase for engine number one. Fuel cut out. Should go out. There's N1 coming in.
Starter off.
Starter off. And we are
Engine
set.
stabilized.
Engine stabilized.
Starting
level
engine
number
2.
Starter valve open.
Which is checked. All stalls are set and checked as well. N2 is increasing now. And for the last two, we'll go outside and get a lovely wing view as we leave out. So the INS is pretty much going to go in straight away from departure.
20% and 2.
20% N2.
Fuel on.
Fuel on. EGT now starting to increase.
Light up.
Lights up. N1 slowly lifting. And we are all now ready to go. We've got a D rate, put a D rate of 5 in. Over on
Starter
the
off.
flight panel.
Engine stabilized.
Engine stabilised, and we're going to go outside for the last two, so we can fire
Starting
both
engine
up.
3.
Starter valve open.
Starting engine 4.
Starter valve open.
Okay, so we'll go outside now and check engine 3 and 4 starting up. Okay, so 3 and 4 now are all over and checked. We'll go in and get our stabiliser trim, which will go and set now. So we'll go in and get everything all on the load calculator, which is going to be 5.1. So once we switch in the hydraulics and get everything set, they will be all good to go. So after start checklist, we can go and check 1, 2, 3 and 4. We can get the relays, which are back over for Gen 1, 2, 3 and 4, which is also checked. Galley lights, etc. for the power can go on. Livery can go to auto and get a galley chiller in as well, which is also set and checked. Split system breaker lights off, which is set. APU bleed air, which can go off, which is checked. APU off after 2 minutes.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
ESS AC bus normal, which is checked. Galley powers all on. Packs 1, 2 and 3, which can go on now, which is set. Hydraulics all 4 can go on, which are checked, and everything is all in the green band. Hydraulic overheat, press, oil flow extinguishers, which is checked, and everything is all set on our front. So we'll go ahead now, we can set the parking brake, ready to leave.
Disconnecting tow, stand by.
And we'll also get the METARs leaving out for a lovely Phoenix. So QNH is 3007. 3007. 3007. Cross checks on the first officers, and we'll go get the flight engineer's side done. 3007, which is set. Going for 370, 1000 extra, 38, which is also set and checked. So what we can do now, as he gets ready to leave, we'll go and do our checklist for our after start checklist, which will be checked.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Okay, so he's all ready and set for us to leave. We can't see, what have we got here? Anti-skid and the probe. So we've got the probe heats on, which are checked. Lock the door, which is set. And now we can go to our after start checklist.
After start checklist.
Flight recorder.
On.
On.
Start switches.
Damn.
That's fine, we're going to have them on anyway for takeoff.
Beacon lights.
On.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Start levers.
Idle detent.
Idle detent.
Engine NDIs.
Off.
Off.
Electrical panel. Check.
Checked.
Pack valves.
On.
Open. Dual warning lights. Out. Hydraulic panel. Check. Flight recorder.
Is on.
On.
And
After
recording.
start checklist completed.
After start checklist checklist now is complete, which we are now set to go. We can go and have a look at our trim just very briefly on the load calculator. So 5.1 we want in green band, so we're going to go up to 5.1 on the trim. After departure, leaving out, we're going to fly runway heading, and then we're pretty much going to activate the Seaver, which is going to go in for the INS, which will then bring us in from 26. So we'll get that all switched as we come through. We get the control panel now. We can drop down into our flaps 5. So 2 clicks
Flaps
for 5. And on our taxi, we are going to be taxiing out from the cargo area. We'll cut straight through off Hotel 4 to Golf 4, then from Foxtrot to Echo 6. We'll take a right onto Echo, and then we can take a left onto Tango, which will bring us back to Bravo for the Bravo 1-4. We'll take all the runway, got a D-rate, we'll put 5, which is in, go around in, we can have takeoff dry. As we are all set to go,
Parking
so
brake released.
can release the parking brakes. And we can spool up now to runway 26. 3007 is in for the QNHs. So we are all set on that front, ready to go. Got the orthos, which are down in Aspen as well. So we might, if the orthos are good, as I haven't seen them or anything, we're going straight to Aspen. I've only seen them on orthos, so if they are any good, then we will we'll do a wing view arrival of Aspen as we come in. So as we get ready to go over the hull, we'll put the strobes on, as both of them will say are active runways. So So here's Hotel 4. Keep the strobes on. As we fly over 25 left, or 25 right. Then we're going to take a right onto Echo. Probably get away with Delta as we come in, as we're going to go into that left-hand turn, as we can see. So we'll come down from Delta. Then we'll taxi on down and we'll get ready to make that left-hand turn onto Tango, which will be right here. So that'll be our first left, which is just in front of us, which is fine. And we'll get nearer to the runway, then we can get everything all activated and do our before takeoff checklist. So we can arm the auto throttle, the altitude, sorry, for the altitude select, which will be in. We'll be going up on vertical speed, and then once we've set our flaps off, gone past 250, we'll speed up then to our climb speed and activate the indicated airspeed, which will then increase our rate of ascent up to flight level 370. So we're going to take this left now onto Tango. So once we depart out, we are literally going to get the Seaver on right away. We take out some cargo as well. From there we're going to take the right hand turn, which will be our second right onto Bravo. Okay, so there's Bravo there. Okay, all we have to do now is follow it down to the end and we are ready to go. So, on the checklist after start was there, taxis, we are
Taxi
ready to go.
checklist, please.
Flaps. Damn.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
Kept thinking
Takeoff data,
737.
EPR and airspeed bugs.
Hold on.
Takeoff data, airspeed bugs, which are all set.
Stabilizer trim.
Set in green band.
Probe heat.
On.
Flight controls.
Which are checked.
Yaw dampers.
Check.
Seat belts and shoulder harness.
Check.
APU. Off. Fuel heat. Off. Totalizer and gross weight. Set. Flight engineer and pilot panels. Check. Aft cargo heat. Normal. Seatbelt and shoulder harness. Check. Taxi checklist completed.
Okay, so as we didn't take the strobes off, we can leave them on now as we're going to take a left-hand turn to basically turn around for runway 26. So as we're not at maximum takeoff weight, I've derated for 0.5 on the derate. So as we line up here, we can now put on the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
And we'll go to our before takeoff checklist. So we've got everything here. We can get the transponder, which will be set down to TARA, which will be set. Ignition flight starts on, and we've got fuel pool pump on. Packs now can be closed, which will be checked, and we are ready to start.
Before takeoff checklist.
Icing considerations.
Checked.
Check.
15 degrees.
Cabin alert.
Check.
Transponder.
Yeah,
Check.
EPRL is going to be 144
Ignition.
with the D-rate.
Flight start.
Body gear steering.
Disarm.
Damn. Disarm.
Pack valves. Closed. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Fuel boost pumps. On. Cross feed valves. Check. Before takeoff checklist completed.
Okay, before takeoff checklist complete, so we can get our landing lights on. I'm going to put the INS on now as we get ready to leave. And as we get ready to vacate, guys, we can now get ready and set to go. So,
Parking
can
brake
release
released.
parking brake. We've got the EPRL mode, which is also on and checked. So, we'll rise up to 1.10 on the EPR, stabilize,
Stabilized.
and toga. Got the D-rate, which will be 144 on the D-rate. Full pressure on the yoke, which is checked.
Thrust set.
Checked.
80 knots.
100 is back on the column.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate. Positive rate.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Just checked. We'll get 10 degrees on as we come through. And as we ride up now through flaps 10, we'll just get a little bit more on our pitch. As we ride through, gear is up and off. We're waiting for the lights to extinguish. Gear is up now, and we can turn that off, which is checked. Auto brakes are off and set as we just move over to the left. So we can activate the autopilot now, and I'm also going to put in the VR lock as we've got the INS. So INS is now in on nav mode. We can get the altitude select on with our vertical speed. So vertical speed will hold as we had it already set up. So we're just climbing through 2,000 feet. As we're now going to speed up to 180, and for 19 we've got on our flat retraction, which is going to be for flaps 5. So flaps 5, which can now be checked.
Flaps 5.
As we now bug up for our 250, which is also set, coming in from 1 to 2, as we are now moving around, and we can see on the AVI tab as we leave out on the departure, we're going to be going all the way to Hervu, and then from Hervu we're then going to make that right hand turn to Zidong Max 230. So as we're slowly now just starting to climb up, we can do our after takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist.
Gear lever.
Off.
Landing and logo lights.
Hold on.
Ignition's checked. Seatbelt and smoking.
Ignition.
Check.
Seatbelts and no smoking sign.
Check.
Back valves. Let's see.
Pax canal will go back on.
Open. Fuel heat.
Auto.
This.
This is checked. Okay, fuel heats are all auto.
After
Check.
takeoff checklist completed.
So after takeoff
After takeoff checklist completed.
Now just move down, can just move down on a vertical speed, go for around 2,000 feet per minute as we can now start to accelerate from 250. As we need to be max 230, so what we could do is as we need to be max 230 we could put the IAS on. And now we'll hold for around 250. Also climb out on the departure. There's our 250 coming through. As we're going to be for max 230, so we can put 230 which will be max, and the EPRL will start its climb as we need to be 5,000 above. So we're passing through 8,006, we're going to get landing lights off now along our runway turn-offs which are checked, logos off, seatbelt signs are on, and we can go to our after takeoff checklist which has already been done. And on our side we've got passing 10,000 feet, seatbelt signs can be turned off, which are checked, seatbelt signs are off, landing lights are off and set, the vertical speed is engaged as we come through. We've got IES on now, so once we hit 230, we're now going to move through and start that climb up. 10,000 feet passing through, we've got 3,000 feet per minute, which is set. Passing transition now, we've got 18,000, which will go to 299 and 2. And as we come through, we're going to a flaps 1, and then we've got 240,
Flaps
which is our
1.
clean speed. So we may as well go up to 250 now. Put it back in full vertical speed. The aircraft will carry on. Flaps will be retracted at any moment now. As just climbing through now, waypoint 3 to 4 as we go to Oxygen, and then take that right hand turn to Zilub. So that is pretty much it for the departure, guys. I've got some lovely orthos when we come into Aspen, which should be really nice for us to see. So we're going to make that right hand turn now. As we're slowly now just moving up, we can check on the INS winds 130 at 12, so they are sort of variable. Let's make that right hand turn now. Can just lower up just a little more on our speed, 2,000 feet per minute, and we take that right hand turn as we now leave into lovely Aspen. Still holding in for flaps 1. Can go to climb, and we can return the EPR back to normal. And we'll just lower our vertical speed just a little more. Around 1,500 feet per minute. Going up for 370, we're just passing 13,007. Once we get up to 250, then we can put in indicated airspeed mode. So alert, as we are going to be going to the next waypoint now. Distance 9 nautical miles. So we are staying around within the 230 mark as we've got EPR in, got vertical speed as well. So it's just starting to slowly fly through and pick up on our speed. We're then going to move through, and we've got flight level 180 as we move through to Yones. And over on the INS we are moving to Zilub now, which is going to be for waypoint number 5. Once the waypoints shift off, then I'll reset them back for the arrival waypoints. And then we can come in set for the arrival into Aspen. With the Aspen, this is the visual. For Aspen we're going to do the localizer, so we'll be using the ILS, but the manual one, which will be the land. So basically we'll just have the VOR lock-in. I just think all the ILS will be in, but the glide slope won't be active. We can hit Ajax, which will be our initial approach fix at 19.1 dB from the localizer. And then we're going to start our rain of descent, and we'll just mark them on, as I haven't got all these waypoints, but we'll mark them through on our DME based as we roll through. So as we come through now, we might as well go up to our cruise speed. So we're going to go for 300. as the aircraft slowly starts to lift, and then we can switch into IES mode and we'll hold that as we start to rise. So I'm going to put for 300 to start with, which will be set. Passing through 16,002, we need to get for 180. Can get the radar on, which is going to be set for us as well. EPR mode is still on. Haven't switched it over to speed yet, as we want to get full takeoff. So as we're coming near now to our climb speed, 16,800 feet just passing, we'll switch over at 18,000 standard. And in a few short moments I'm going to then hit the IES mode, and then the aircraft will go to its maximum climb rate to hold 4300. As we slowly move towards 300 with 21 nautical miles, as we've now made that right hand turn and are on our way to Marble. So we can put the IES mode in now. The aircraft's now going to go up to its max rate of climb to hold in for where we shove the needle, which will say is 289, which will be set. Now I need to get the next coordinates in, ready for us to come in for the Aspen arrival. As we come through 18,002, so we're going to go 29902 now, which will be set on the QNH. Reserve can go to 29902. And first officers, which is set, we'll go to the flight engineers. 29902, which will also be set and cross-checked. So, as we get ready to leave now, we're pretty much all set for our arrival into Aspen. So, what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to leave you with the takeoff cinematics, and then when we get back we'll be getting ready to come into our lovely arrival into Aspen for runway 15 for the localizer approach. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, leave your comments down below, and I'll see you in just a few short moments time when we get ready for our top of descent. So I'll see you guys in just a sec. Back to the flight deck, as we are currently holding at 37,000 feet. Altitude hold is on the EPRL. We're on cruise mode and currently in Mach, as we hold our current speed for around near to 297.79. As we're slowly going to start slowing up on our speed as we're going to start our descent, we can come down to an initial of 34,000, which will be setting, and we can start that descent down now. As we come through, vertical speed can be in. See if we can use speed, which we can't. As you can in the 737, obviously, as it doesn't have an auto throttle. So we'll go down in vertical speed mode, start to come down for around 1,000 feet per minute as we get some lovely views in the vicinity. So we're going to come down for flight level 340. We are currently on waypoint 1 to 2, which is going to take us to our next fix on the markup. And once we leave through, what we're basically going to hit through to Hotel Bravo uniform, which we've just left on the 11490, going to Murphy now, which is going to be waypoint number 2. Coming in for waypoint 3 is going to be our top of descent, and then we're going to come down for Davy, Ajax, and then we've got Aspen. So as we can see, all 6 waypoints are in, as we can see, and we go down to waypoint number 2, which is Murphy. And now we're going to intercept now onto that right hand turn so we can get in for Murphy, which is going to take us down onto the 060. As we can see, the desired track 060, and we are currently on 032. Got a 11300, which is the red table VOR, which is right next to the localizer where we're going to come in. 1,000 to level off, 34,000 feet. There's Jargu as we come through, and from Murphy we've then got our top of descent, which is going to reach us in number 3 on the waypoints. So we're using the INS all the way through, which should be really nice for us. And then we'll hit Davy to Ajax and then to Aspen. So currently on our way now to waypoint number 2, which is Murphy, and then we'll hit our top of descent, which will then give us, on our remaining distance, will be 81 nautical miles. So we're at flight level 340 now, currently 48 nautical miles to the red table VOR. So we're going to start to slow the aircraft up now. Come down for 24, and on the arrival 13,004 for Jargu, which is going to be right here for our initial fix. And we've got Ajax, which is going to be right up. You can see on for terrain 12,000, 11,000, so 13,004 is what we're going to come down for. So we can start our initial descent now, which is going to bring us down for 150, which is checked. Start to go into vertical speed mode as we leave down, and we'll hit speed. Go around can go in as we're leaving cruise level now, and we're going to open up the speed brakes whilst we leave flight level 340. So coming in on the descent checklist, we've got coming down from a 33 to 15, so it's 19,000 we're going to drop. So 55 nautical miles, and we're going to be coming down for times 5, So around 2,000 feet per minute. This will be in and checked. As we slowly slow now and go down on our vertical speed, we can see that we're still currently now descending and we are slowing down as well. So we'll go down to our descent checklist where we get the aircraft fully configured now to come down into lovely Aspen. So we calculate the descent from flight level as we go down to 150. Radio altimeter, we are set, we're on the INS, which is checked. Auto brake's going to be coming in for max. We can take a look on the performance. Go down to landing, down to load sheet. Coming in will be flap sturdy 138 plus 5. We can go in and check the METARs for Aspen. And METARs currently coming down. 3037 on the QNH, visibility 10 miles. Wind is calm, so we can do a plus 5, which will be fine. So VREV 133 plus 5, which will be 138. I'm going to put max auto brakes on, so we can actually stop at the end of the runway, and we don't have to worry about anything on that front as we move through, passing through 30,000 feet. And then as we come through, we'll be ready for the localizer onto 1.5. So we're just moving out now as we move away to Murph, and then we're going to go to Davy, which will be all set for us, 29 nautical miles, which is in. Then once we hit Murphy, we're going to come round onto Davy, and then we'll be all set, ready to hit in onto Ajax, which is going to be for number 5. So we're going to hit Ajax, and we'll get down for 13,400 feet, and then we're going to be on the 151, which will just have the localizer in. It's the localizer DME approach. Over our speed 138, so we're probably looking around on the descent. We can see 1638, so it's going to be a very steep descent, which will get the aircraft all ready and fully set to go. So we can put 250 in, which will be set as we are leading in now, passing through 29,000 feet. Anti-ice which was on below 10, so we'll get the anti-ice which was on and checked. The arrival star has been discussed. Current altitude set to field QNH, so QNH is going to be 3037. Passing altitude, so 3037. Okay, which we'll leave to about there, which will be set for us as we now start to descend down through 31. And we've got 27.6 passing through. Temperature's 21 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm slowing down to 25, 27,000 feet, and we're moving on now, ready for waypoint at number 3, 19 nautical miles away, around 3 minutes to go. As we pass through 27,000, coming down for around 2,000 feet per minute. As we ride in, once we get down from Murphy, we've then got our remaining distance to go is around 95 nautical miles, so we're just getting down for around 15,000 feet, 26,000 which is in, as we are ready to go. So throttle's low N1, because the throttle's down on idle. As we can see, we're holding down, we've got speed in on the EPRL mode go around, which will be set and checked. And altitude select is armed, ready to come in. The localizer frequency is going to be the 111. Okay, so we're at flight level 260 and we're now intercepting, ready to come in for red table on the 11300. We've also got the localizer, which is the 11115, and we're going to come in for the visual, which is going to be down for red table onto the 1130. We're going to be at 12,500 feet. We'll make a swooping left-hand turn, which will then bring us down onto the runway. As we're currently 50 nautical miles now, we're currently at 25, and we are going to start to slowly decel the aircraft on our altitude. We can put the hold in as we're holding 260, and as we come down to 12.5, we're only going to be burning off around 13,500 feet. So 13,500 feet, we're going to be coming down for around about 1,200 feet per minute. So put it down to 230, go down on our altitude, and we can drop down into our speed. We've got speed set on the MCP, and the altitude mode is speed. Now we've got EPRO mode, which is go around, which is set. As we catch in some lovely views of Aspen as we get ready to come in for the approach. So the VOR lock now is lining us up ready to intercept onto the 270. Once we intercept onto the 270, that's where we're then going to make a swooping left-hand turn. We're going to use the localizer as well, which is the 1115, which is going to help us just to line us up that little bit easier as we come through. Everything else is set overneath. We've got the anti-ice, which is on and checked. Currently now just minus 19 degrees, leaving flight level 260, and we're 45 nautical miles down onto the runway ready to go. So what we can do is we go down to our checklist, can reset that, and we can get ready to go.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness.
Checked.
Check.
Seatbelts and no smoking signs.
On.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Check.
Outer brakes.
Max.
Maximum.
Radio INS switches.
Radio.
Radio.
Flight director computer selectors.
Check.
Brake pressure.
Checked.
Check.
Spoilers.
Hold on.
Armed.
Altimeters.
1013. Set and cross-check.
Landing data, EPR and airspeed bugs.
Set
Set.
and cross-check.
Seatbelt and shoulder harness. Check. Fuel panel.
Checked.
Check. Fuel heat.
Off.
Off. EPR computer.
Go around.
Go around. Cabin altitude.
Which should be
Check.
set. Maybe put in
Circuit breakers.
1042.
Check. Approach checklist completed.
So 3042, which is going to go in, and we'll say that's around 3042, which will be set. So 3042 will be set, passing through 180 as we slowly pass in now through to 23,000 feet. We are currently 1,000 below profile, so we'll see that go yellow, and that'll indicate now that we are going to hold. Tracking inbound now to red table, we can see that we are 37 nautical miles inbound as we get ready to come down into lovely runway 15. We'll fly part of it visually as we come down, and we'll switch over the localizer frequency so then we can intercept and line up with the runway nice and smoothly as we start our rapid descent down. We're going probably around 2,000 feet per minute. We've got a VREF 30 plus 5, which is going to give us a 138. We're going to hold for 140 as we come down on this lovely arrival into Aspen. We have the autos down as well, so we can do a wing view flight as well for you guys, so we'll check that out afterwards. Descent and approach altitude is set on the minimums. We've got 2003 for the minimums, which is set. Airport elevation is 7,290, so it's about 7,300. 12,005 we're going to be intercepting in, which is going to be around 4,800 feet. So we're holding 250 now with 30 nautical miles as we're going to start that descent down. There's 23,000, so we can just hold in, switch hold on for the altitude, which will be set as we just surf through some of the clouds. Should be a really nice arrival as we come in. 30,000 now, so we'll go down to flight level 200, which will be checked. Vertical speed can go in. And we're coming down for around 1,000 feet per minute. So with wind correction, we are looking around about 280. 285 on a push. As we now make that descent down, we're passing through 22,000, we are going to come down for 12.5, which will be set, and as we pass through 18,000 we'll be all set and configured then to come in for the approach as we do the visual, which is the Roaring Fork visual at 15. So should be a exciting approach as we roll in. 26 nautical miles. So we'll start to get the aircraft slowed down now. 233 is our clean speed, so we're going to start to slow down into a flaps 5. We'll take it past actually, because the alpha, what the alpha is basically it won't allow the aircraft to slow down any further than that. So we'll just wait until the aircraft does get down. We can open up speed brakes just temporarily on our descent down. .24 nautical miles, 20,000 feet, which will be in, and we can let the speed brakes back in. Set them back into arm position as we're going to now reach in for our 213, which is going to be for our flaps 1. So we're going to hit in flaps 1 now.
Flaps 1.
Okay, which is checked, 22 nautical miles. We are at 20,000 feet. It's passing through 21,000.
1,000 to level off.
1,000 to level off. Continue the descent down now. 15,000, which is going to go in. We want 12.5. We'll just manage our descent on the way down. As we're 20 nautical miles now and ready inbound. So 12,500. We're going to take control and manage our descent, passing through 20,000 feet now. Now we've got flaps 1, which is engaged, as we're going to start to get the aircraft all ready and configured to come in. So we've got the descent checklist, which has already been set and done for us. As we're going to be coming in, we can turn our landing lights on, as we currently are just around 13,000 feet. So we're going to have it ready and configured. As we are now going to slowly decel the aircraft even more. So we're going to drop it down as we come in now for flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Slow rate of descent even more. Go down for around 2,000 feet per minute. 12,005, which is in. 17 DME. And whilst we're going downwind, should see the airport, which is going to be just over 2 hour left somewhere, just over here. There's a runway just over there. As we get ready to fly through, passing through 19,000 feet, just coming up for our flaps 5 setting, and then we're going to drop into our flaps 10, and we'll hopefully get down for flaps 20 by the time we get down to the downwind. So 15 nautical miles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch these off now and roll that into heading mode. Keep that on for about 274, 275, and we're going to get the 11115 in now. And that's going to bring us over for the 151 as we intercept. We're going to fly visually, as we said. We're just getting the aircraft configured as we get ready to leave. So we are basically going to come in on 11300, which is 13 nautical miles. And the localizer will come in. So we've switched over the localizer to the VOR frequency. So here's red table now. As we can see, we are just near to inbound, as we're going to be basically lining up for around near to this mountain. So we'll just slowly rate up on our descent and go up for around 1,000 feet per minute. Let's pass through 16,000. Going to be coming down for a flaps 10, which is already in and engaged.
Flaps 10.
So flaps 10's in now. As we just move outbound now, 10 nautical miles to go. We'll see the localizer frequency come in eventually, which is going to be on the 111.15, which is right here. And we'll see the 111.15, which will come in, and that'll be set and checked for us. So there's the visual. We can now slow down into a flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
Okay, we'll go into a swoop in a 30-degree left turn once we do come down. Or down for around 500 feet. As we're coming down for 13,004, and we're going to be aiming out just for around near to where that mountain is. So we're staying down for flaps 20. Once we manoeuvre onto that left-hand turn, we're going 30 degrees bank, and then we'll swoop in onto that left to intercept and grab the localizer. We're flying it visually, but we'll have the localizer there just as reference. Not that I really do use the localizer, so I mainly just use the glide slope, as you can visually see for reference where you are relatively lined up to the runway. But we're not going to have that today. 6.5 DME now, currently 20 nautical miles, just sent through 15,005, so we can come down just that little bit more. And as soon as I'm happy now, what I'm going to do is going to disconnect the autopilot and disconnect the auto throttle. And now I have control of the aircraft. So we need to come down for 12,500 feet. By the time we get down to red table, I'm going to put in 140, which will be set and checked. And we need to put in 3042. Okay, which is checked. Okay, 3042, which is also set and checked. As we are now right near the mountain, can apply in some throttle now as we hold in for flaps 20. And we get ready for that left-hand turn. Landing lights are on and checked. As we're descending now through 1500 feet, we're coming down for 12,500, where we're going to swoop in just before this mountain looks us right in the face. So we'll just cut back on our throttle, getting a little bit of trim to hold us on the descent. Passing through 14,000. Just holding in now on the flaps 20. Can turn the flight director off as well, as we don't need it now. Passing through 30,005. Can now go into that left hand turn and hold 30 degrees of bank. Passing through 13,000, 12,500 feet we need to get in as we hold this 30 degree left hand turn, and we should see the runway start to come into life, which will be just in front of us. Okay, so runway is in sight now, so we can level off the roll. We'll see the localizer needle start to slowly come in as we get ready to go, so now we can go down to flaps 30.
Gear
and
down.
gear down.
Flaps 30.
So, just wait for the gear.
Gears down, green light.
Gears down, green light as we slow down to 140, and now we can go to our landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Gear. Down and check.
Down and check.
Approaching minimums.
Flaps.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30. Ignition.
Flight start.
Anti-skid.
Checked.
Check.
Altimeters. 1030. Set and cross-checked. Landing checklist completed.
Minimums.
Okay, so we're not going to call out at minimums as it's just where we are relative to being just above the mountain for the radio altimeter, so that will drop back again. Let's make this left hand turn now to line up for the runway, and we can start that descent down even further. So we're trying not to go too far.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
As we now line up with the runway, continue down on that descent, passing through 10,000.
10,000.
Start to get some throttle in. Okay, your minimums will be continue. Okay, there's one ready.
$1,000.
1,000 checked. Still rolling idle. Whilst we just get the aircraft to slow down a little. It's 2 red, 2 white. We can now pitch up.
Terrain, terrain. Don't sink.
500.
Pull up. Pull up.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10. Check reverse.
Okay, speed brakes are up. And reverses are active. Full pressure on the yoke.
Out off reverse.
Reverses can be stowed.
60 knots.
60 knots, all brake
Auto
can be
brake
disarmed. And we are now ready to vacate. So welcome to Aspen, guys. Apologies for the orthos where the split is on the Bing. That was the Bing download. Should have gone for the Google. But here we are, down safe and sound onto runway 15. And I hope you guys enjoyed the arrival today. So as we get ready to now taxi off, can now get the speed brake back in, get our flaps back in as well. As we're going to make this left-hand turn
Flaps up.
and vacate off of the runway. So we'll come off Alpha Bravo. Now we get ready to come into stand. So as we pass through off of Alpha 7, we'll come forward just a minute so we can get in for the turn. Brakes are overheat. I can imagine they are overheated with the braking action that we've done on the runway. Strobes can go off now and the APU can get started up in just a few moments time. So we are now going to make that left hand turn to vacate off, and that is it for the arrival tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed the flight down into Aspen, testing out the 747-200, and I'll leave you with the lovely landing cinematics that the UPS 747-200 is going to deliver for you guys tonight. So I'll see you guys very soon on the next available flight. Take care for now. Bye bye.